All right, everyone, welcome back into another NBA DFS video. Got a 6-game slate here on this Thursday, and we have a decent amount of injury news, some slate impacting injury news that's going to open up some decent plays right off the get-go this morning. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first one is going to be just looking at Kevin Durant, currently listed out. And with KD out, that's going to really help out a lot of other plays. And DraftKings hasn't really bumped up any of the price tags at all. And I want to point out this as well. Claxton, currently questionable, listed as probable. If he were to sit as well, that would mean like someone like Ben Simmons, who already could be a good play with KD out, would become an even better play. Okay, so with KD out, Ben Simmons averages 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 8 points pretty much. Okay, it's weird. Usage isn't that great, but he is someone that does average 34 fantasy points per 36. So if he does get a minutes bump, he is going to be a good play. And at 5.4, we could easily begin around 35 DK points. And then Kyrie Irving, already a pretty solid player, really this season. I think should be someone that should be a 9K price point play. And it just hasn't risen up. Now, he doesn't see that big of a DK bump for say with KD off the court. It's only about 5 more DK points, but still at 8.8, either way, we should be locking in 40 DK points with the upside to go for 50. Going against Boston, might be a little bit more motivated to play well as well. He is someone that also has a 36% usage rate with KD off the court. So that is going to be a spot that we are going to be chasing. It's a spot that we kind of almost just need to play. Then we need to get news on Bam. If he's going to sit, that could open up some value. Tyler Hero is currently out as well. So that's kind of the biggest slate impact and injury news. Chris Middleton's still out. Marcus Smart is out, so that could potentially lead us into playing Malcolm Brogdon tonight or Derek White. And there's just a lot of Lakers players that are out. And so because of that, we have seen someone like Russell Westbrook thrust into 34 minutes. And if he's going to continue to get those minutes, he is someone that we could be looking at on the slate. Last time out against Dallas, only played 24 minutes, but had 30 DK points. So if you give him that 10 plus more minutes, could be someone that easily gets to 45, 50 DK points. LeBron James, with those players out, is going to be highly appealing as well. Last time out against Dallas, 52 DK points. So, with all those players out for the Lakers, we're just kind of seeing the usage go more so to LeBron and to Westbrook. So those are going to be interesting plays as well. Let's go ahead and get into the value report. So looking at the Occupy model here, we got the value report. We're going to start with FanDuel. So looking at it, Gabe Vincent popping up there as a cheap price point play. With Tyler Hero already out, we know that he should be someone that gets a better minutes bump. And with Tyler Hero out, we're actually seeing Jimmy Butler, especially at this price tag, be one of the better plays you can make on the slate. Drew Holiday as well. Drew Holiday is very cheap, and he played his full allotment of minutes finally last game, looked to be back to himself. So those 3 players are definitely interesting. Dennis, you could play cheaper on FanDuel, and we're already seeing that the route to play today might be to go with FanDuel because we are getting some really great price tags. Okay, let's go ahead and look at DraftKings. Gabe Vincent popping up there. Seth Curry. And Seth Curry is an interesting one. Let's see the projected minutes for him. 24. Okay, so I was wondering if he was going to get around 30. Or 28, a little bit more of a minutes bump. And if he were, he definitely becomes a great play at 3.5. We can see the price difference on DraftKings and FanDuel. There's a decent amount of price differences on this slate to the point where you could definitely mix and match on both slates and put together some really good builds. Dwight Powell, I don't know if we need to play him. We see Brook significantly cheaper on DraftKings than he is on FanDuel. Certainly someone we could look at there. Ben Simmons, someone I think is going to be in play on DraftKings. You could still play him, I think, on FanDuel, although it feels like you'd be forcing him in there. Definitely would be a GPP only play. Kyrie, I think, is firmly in play in both the slates. Nick Claxton, significantly cheaper on DraftKings. Okay, so we get a good feel for it. There's great value on both FanDuel and DraftKings. Let's go ahead and get into the ownership. So as it sits right now, a lot of people are kind of spreading out their ownership a little bit, but they are pressing Kyrie to start out with the studs. And Gabe Vincent as well. I mean, really no shocks here. This is where the value's at. So really, if we are making our builds this morning, which I'll show you guys in a second here, we're going to start Gabe, we're going to start Ben, we're going to start Kyrie, probably Seth as well, maybe even Royce. Max, we could toss in there. TJ Warren's going to be a good play, and Joel Embiid just gets a phenomenal matchup against Charlotte or against OKC, so we probably want to play him as well. I really like LeBron on the side. I think he's going to be a safe play, and like Westbrook is going to be a GPP play. We didn't really see them popping up ownership-wise, which was a little bit shocking. Now pulling up the FanDuel ownership, projected ownership. So we kind of see people are starting their builds out more with Jimmy Butler today going against the Bucks. That's kind of the starting point people are going with. And then Gabe Vincent, just really chalky. Depot, 42% owned. And that's where the value is Miami on FanDuel specifically. So not too crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the lineup process for today. So like I mentioned, I do think we just kind of load up on some of those values that are projected to be out there as it sits right now. So we're looking at Kyrie. We're going to plug him in there. I think Ben Simmons is going to be a good play. We got to decide between TJ Warren and Seth Curry. I think we could potentially go both. Obviously, you don't want to load up on them too much, but we'll see. I just like the lineup approach that we get with it. And then from there, Miami, I'm going to go Depot. Let's not go him on DraftKings. Gabe Vincent, just at this price tag, he is someone that should be able to get to around 20 DK points. Currently chalky. This is someone that we could pivot off of as the day goes on. Maybe some injury news changes, but as it sits right now, those minutes are going to be tough to pass up on. Depot, a very strong price point play as well. Probably someone that's going to get right around 30 DK points. Yes, Jimmy Butler's price point is high, and yes, he has bust potential at this price point, but he also has upside to go for 62 DK points. I don't think he's the stud I want to play on DraftKings, although he is someone that I think is still firmly in play. I would say, like, if we can fit Embiid in there, I think we are going to be locking in around 50 DK points going against Charlotte, a team or going against OKC, a team that he really just did pretty well against in the previous game, 59 DK points. Didn't really score that many real life points and still was able to put up 59 DK points. So I think he's going to be the stud that we're trying to pay up for. And then we just have a lot of salary left over to really plug and play whoever we want. And let me just go back into the Occupy model here. Look at who was the best play on today's slate. Luka, Giannis, Butler, Embiid, Shai, Kyrie, LeBron. Let's try to fit LeBron in there because I do like LeBron. I think he's going to be a safe play. All right, that doesn't work. He's a little bit too priced up. Let's go a little bit lower price tag wise. I'll just drop the salary down a little bit to do that. So who's the top play there? We could even do position forwards. Okay, so Christian Wood, Jaylen Brown, Scotty Barnes, OG. I actually don't mind OG at his price tag given the matchup. That's not terrible. Let's see here. Should be a safe 30 DK point play. Probably try to chase someone with more upside as the day progresses. And then you could even go Scotty Barnes then still in that matchup. Not terrible as well. Don't love that. More of a GPP play there. Wouldn't mind Thomas Bryant either. Let's see here. I'm a big Westbrook fan, guys. So, a little bit of bias there, but let's just see what it looks like with him. Jalen Williams, you could go. That's not terrible. Yeah, so not a terrible build to, start the day. Obviously, as the day progresses, this will change, which makes me want to remind you guys to be in the Discord chat before lock because it's a 6-game slate. There is a lot of looming injury news that will change throughout the day. We kind of know to be attacking Brooklyn and Miami, especially, maybe more so Brooklyn on DraftKings, Miami more on FanDuel. But that's kind of the beauty of tonight's slate is that there are different ways to attack it on different sites. So fun stuff there. If you guys want access to any of the tools that you saw in this video, make sure to click the links in the description below as well. All right, and good luck.